Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hello everyone. I'm Seongwon Lee. Okay. Have you ever had those days like you go to your school or company where you stay for hours and like everyone is looking at you like you have seen a monster? It really doesn't feel good, right? And what would it feel like if you have to live like that for like your whole life? The book that I'll introduce is about a boy who is having those terrible days. His name is August Pullman. People call him Augie for short. He was having a facial deformity when he was born. His mom, Isabella, said that every person in the hospital was shocked when they saw Augie's face. Augie's family included his father, his mom, Isabel, and his older sister Olivia. Because of Augie's face, his parents raised him protectively. Augie did not want to go to school, so his parents decided to make Augie homeschooling. He never went to school until he was in fifth grade. Of course, he did not have lots of friends. Augie had three best friends. There were Jack, Alex, and Christopher. Unfortunately, as the time passed, Christopher moved, and other friends started to go to school. Finally, his parents decided to send Augie to school. The name of the school was Beecher Prep School. Augie was scared, but after talking with Mr. Tushman, Augie decided to go to school. And this book is mainly about Augie's school story and changes of people near Augie. In the book, Augie was a boy who was a timid person. It was unavoidable. His circumstances made him a timid boy. When I read this book and I learned Augie's characteristics, I was able to think of one person. The person's name is Brian. I used to call him Brain, like just for fun. He was one of my elementary friends. I could still remember his parents were really protective, like Augie's family, and Brian's brother was also very kind to his brother, like Augie's sister Olivia. But because of his characteristics and his circumstances, he acted like a baby. Babies cry if they don't get like what they want. My friend Brian was like a baby. He did not cry, but he acted like an old baby. Because of that, he was kind of bullied. My elementary friends were kind, so they did not call him on work or say bad things like Julian did, but they were not comfortable with Brian. When we were almost sixth graders, my friends came to me and asked me why I was playing with Brian. Be- but because of Brian's action and other students' reactions, Brian became quiet and did not look happy. And at the end of like sixth grade, he did not talk. There is some dark mood when someone is really angry or sad. Brian kind of had those moods. So when I read this book, I was able to think of Brian. Back to the story, Augie starts to make friends and have good school life, like Jack, Summer. Even though they had some bad events like misunderstandings between Jack and Augie that happened in Halloween, or like fighting with seventh graders in the woods. So at the end, the fifth grade, Augie was able to smile like normal kid and play with his friend like normal kids. But it was not only Augie who changed. People near Augie also changed. For example, his sister Olivia, she's like the second main character of this book. She's a high school student and she has a problem with her friend Miranda. She's Miranda. But at the end, they were able to be friends again at the end because of Augie. In addition, Miranda is one of the most kind people in the story. She's the one who played with Augie when Augie was a baby. She was the one who gave an astronaut helmet to Augie. When other people say that something is strange, like she's the one who says, "What's so weird about that?" I have one friend who was like her. The friend's name is Eugene. She's also my elementary school friend. We still message each other sometimes. She's really kind. she had a different view. Like when people see something, Eugene always look differently, like looks something differently. Because of that, lots of friends called her a weird person for fun. I kind of agree because she was really kind and creative. Like, a few sentences ago, I said Miranda gave Augie an astronaut helmet, and I think the helmet is kind of a symbol. The helmet was Augie's like fake face. He put the helmet on his face to cover his ugly face, but Augie had changed. He made some friends. Like after that, he stopped wearing helmets. So the helmet is some kind of a huge wall that exists between Augie and other people. When Augie went over the wall collapsed and finally gets courage and friends. I think R.J. Palacio, the author of The Wonder, tried to write a message to us. I think she wants to say that even though we have a weakness, don't get frustrated and don't lose courage because of the weakness. I also have a weakness. For example, sometimes I ignore other people's feelings, but I don't lose my courage because of that. I try to prevent my weakness as much as possible. Everyone has their own weaknesses, but there are people who try to prevent it and who try to hide it so no one can see. I think the author is trying to say to tell us to be those people who try to prevent our weaknesses. The book the book called Wonder. Thank you.